lovely wife. Be wonderful. This should be a light training. Apparently, still can shoot. Fine. Exercising. These are steel cup shoot kicks. This is steel cup shoe fighting combo. One of my favorites. Straight kicks from the center line. The straight kicks are more natural. Here. Just straight here into the shin bone of the knee. What are you going? Here's the basic kick, steel cup shoe fighting. I have my own fighting system, steel cup shoe fighting martial arts that I've been working on. So here's the combo. One. It's like a boxer's, one thing or many things. 1, 2, tap, power right. 1, 2, and then the 3. So it's a 1 to 3 combo. Down to the tippy toe and kick from the side. That's all my favorite combos to do. The 1, 2, 3. I do hop step sometimes. So now that I'm trained, I've been teaching stick up free fighting. So here, from here, 1. These can be launched and then with devastating effect. So stick up shoe kicks are very dangerous. And there's ways you can kick that you can't normally. So And here's the thing, it's 95% the same ball dynamics as regular Muay Thai or kickboxing kicks. Only the distance changes. So here's a regular kick. Kick with the shin bone. See? Same kick, only the distance changes. Same kick. And I'm hitting with the toe. I'm impacting with the toe. So 95% the same ball dynamics as regular Muay Thai or kickboxing kicks. And being kicked to the shin bones, knees, rib cage, anywhere, it's more effective than if you're not kicking with steel caps. So here. So I don't want to hit this too hard because I want to break it. From the center line, these kicks work well. These straight kicks. Here. As I step off of the center line to the side of the target zone, this kick flows more naturally. So this is an optimal position to launch the side kick. See? So from here, this angle, straight in front of the opponent, these straight kicks are better. As I step off the center line and move to the side of my target, these kicks flow more naturally. See here. To the groin, knees, shin bones, wherever. I can also kick to the head. I call this the uppercut kick. Why? Because much like a boxer's uppercut, I'm aiming to impact under the jaw ultimately. And if the chin is tight, I can still connect to the bottom of the face. That's the uppercut kick. Kicking under the chin. And there's different ways to throw this. There's different ways to throw these kicks. I can throw the straight kicks, like to the groin machine, just in a normal stance, where I'm raising the leg, just straight forward, and up, see. Here. Now I find that it's easier to be accurate and effective with the kicks if you launch them from a raised leg position, like a check. So from here, move it more like a pendulum, see. So from here, see, raising the leg, and then throwing it up. Even unstretched, I can connect to the head. A little bit stiff legs. Chief target zones, prime target zones, is the shin bones, the knees. Shin from the front like a 45-degree angle. Knees. And pretty much anyway. Kicks the bony parts of the body work well too. Kicking to the rib cage, liver.
Right when I look at my shadow, I told him.
Rib cage. Left rib cage.
That's a single leg takedown. Using one leg to take another. I'm a Christian warrior and I maintain a warrior's abilities, physique, mind and body. I'm unapologetically dominant, aggressive, and alpha with high testosterone. I'm an unapologetically masculine man. I don't apologize for that. There's enough soft, low-key guys in my 20s with dad bods. I'm a ripped alpha, giga-shed started warrior. And more men should be like me. We live in a world now with a feminized man. And what you look at is a high testosterone physique. And what you look at in my training streams, maybe not this one, this was the lightest of light, mostly due to the late hour, is a high testosterone performance. A lot of what I've been teaching basically boils down to teaching men how to raise testosterone naturally. So the reason a lot of men have a hard time getting in shape, stay in shape, they have low energy, because they have low testosterone. So if testosterone goes down, body fat goes up. With low T, it's easy to get fat, hard to build muscle, hard to burn fat, and you have low energy. So a lot of it boils down to my physique, being ripped with a six-pack, and having the stamina and growth that I have is not having low T is what a lot of it boils down to. And I've been teaching why the average man has low testosterone, and teaching how to address it. So I've been teaching people why is it so hard for a lot of guys to get in shape, stay in shape, why don't they have great athletic ability, why do they have so many people tired now, sick and tired. A lot of boils down to having low T. A lot of boils down to having low T. And I know why, because the matrix system, the deep state want men to have low testosterone, they want the masses weak. And they've succeeded in most people. They got an average Swedish and American man to have low T and low IQ, dumb and weak. Because it's easy to control if dumb and weak. So they got eating high sugar diet, not taking supplements, masturbating to porn on a weekly basis. Which means at least once a week. And it's like that, how the average man lives his life is by design. The deep side, we want men weekend live this lifestyle, that's how most people are living. Using all these toxic chemicals, hiding home cleaning chemicals, not taking supplements, eating a high sugar diet, and all these other things. So I'm 36. And I'm ripped with a six-pack. And what's amazing is despite being taught with a persecution porn called gang stalkathon videos, I'm a targeted video. And if you Google this, most tears are fakes. So what you will see if you Google targeted video gang stalking is fake, counterintelligence agent fakes. 90% of online tears are fakes and work for the program. Counterintelligence agent shields, and their job is to discredit gang stalking, help cover it up. So I'm a gang stalk targeted video. Gang stalk is real, most tears are not. And most fake tears crazy talk. They engage in one form of crazy talk or another, be it direct energy weapons or flat earths or space reptiles. They will discredit the topic. That's how they operate. Fake TS will work to discredit the topic with crazy talk. So quick math. 9 out of 10 TS online are fakes. 9 out of 10 fakes crazy talk. Simple. So that's why I see people go, I'm gonna told video gangs talking videos on this topic. People claim TS. I got brain chip implant, I got V2K, RNM machines, remote neural model, they're reading my mind with satellites like this. This is because they're fake. They have a job to make that sound crazy, to discredit the topic. So I'm a total seeker persecution on gang talk. You know how remarkable it is to be in like the shape that I'm in and have the energy, mental, physical performance, despite what I've gone through. Despite having been taught with gang talk for 10 plus years. With a psychological talking alone, you would expect it to lead to getting out of shape, fat, losing muscle, things like this, and being sick and tired. And I've been thriving, not just surviving. So gang talk is not just bullying, psychological warfare, that's part of it. But it is a war, they talk to physically too. So I've been taught physically by the program. I have a war who got shot in the leg with something, projectile weapon, left me permanent. I have a now spot on my right calf being shot with a dart gun. There's some kind of device that I prep people with. I mean, spray with chemicals on outside, food poison, and try to make me by accidents. And with intense psychological warfare, harassment, this deep state persecution program would sabotage my life, target me physically, psychologically. I'm still in better shape than the average person is. Whereas the average Christian is like soft and out of shape. It's like they have a comfortable, easy life. Nobody's working to sabotage them. Really. It's like the deep state is not harassing them and talking about psychological warfare every day and physical warfare intermittently. So yeah, I'm a testament to the power of God, because one man with God is a majority. And if all you have is God, God is all you need. Now, that doesn't mean you should be like an aesthetic. I'm gonna divorce my wife and throw out everything I own to make my life harder. There's nothing wrong. But it's a point. Worst case scenario is like all you really need is God. Okay. So if you have God, as I've had for you, you can overcome things. I lived life overnight trying to overcome it. And unfortunately, the average Christian man is living defeated, weak lives. So here's my cross. Yeah. So a big part of cyber talk and the hated comments and trolls on my channel, the paid against talking trolls. Now, I'm not really regretting the decision to turn off the chat when I see I have like 1 like on this video with 28 viewers. And the average narcissistic person is like watching it. The average person, they had to be told like a child. Where naturally, a mature adult, they will click a like button. But the average person, so immature and narcissistic, selfish, because I'm here to get something. And like they don't even, there's a subtle side of narcissism. I give away people call me, hey Mark, I can tell that they click like button. So you're here to get some attention, answer the question, get something out of watching my videos, but I can't hit the like button. And so that's a reminder I see the like button. But I'm not going to spend my time training toxic, pathological, narcissistic children. Okay, here's another thing. Beware of the average Christian, average filthy, pathetic, effeminate jack smack piece of shit, for example. What a pathetic freak, laughable buffoon. It's like he doesn't know what he's talking about. He probably watches porn every week. He's a Christian gang stalker. Like, I wonder if they got him to do some pedo stuff because he works with children. And that's how they got him. Like Epstein now, like we got the running ahead to start working for us now. Take orders, Jack. I won't be surprised. Now, anyway, here's the point. The average Christian man is weak. There's a lot of Christian men out there you can't have both ways. Have your cake and eat it too. Like, I want to be out here making videos, but I'm a scared coward rat like Jack Smack. And I say I can't show my face in videos like a scared punk, like a scared little feminine coward. Most likely, he has a feminine physique too. Ugly, weak, just laughable. It's like ugly and weak, okay? Out of shape, ugly, no talent. And it's like he's hiding anonymity. If you want to be a Christian Bible teacher, you shouldn't be a coward hiding anonymity. If you're gonna, I don't see anybody who's like teaching in a church with a bankroll who don't hide identity, because nobody takes you seriously, like the elephant in the room. Like nobody else is like, yeah, if I want to be a teacher, it's like I'm not going to be hiding by anonymity and get people to take me seriously as a teacher, because it shows cowardice and fear. It shows you're not standing up for the truth. You're afraid of consequences, getting fired from your job, getting your ass kicked in the street from videos, by being recognized, or you're afraid of something. See, that's what it shows. You're afraid of something. You're afraid. If like I'm a Bible teacher, I can make videos teach the Bible, and you hide behind it. You don't show your face in the videos ever. That shows that you're afraid. You're afraid of something. And a lot of times people's vulnerabilities and chinks in the armor and weaknesses are like plain to see. And with Jackson, man, you don't even have, it doesn't take a lot. You can see he's scared of something. He's scared of people finding out who he is in real life. Okay, he's scared of that. He's scared of people making fun of what it looks like. He's scared of people knowing who. He's scared of something. He's scared of being fired from his job. It's like somebody, he's got a job somewhere. Somebody said, "Do you see what this guy's doing? Look at this link." It's like, right, people go to hell and get fired. Or getting recognized in the street by Calvinists and then getting his face about his videos saying Calvinists are going to hell. He's afraid of something. So unlike Jack Smack, I'm not a coward. My name is Mike. I'm a persecuted Christian. I'm talking about gang stalking, critical match Mike and Rumble, Mike SAHA, Instagram, Mike SAHA, TikTok. I'm a persecuted Christian. Talking about a Christian border, taught by the deep state, where the secret persecution called gang stalking videos. So I gotta finish up. I gotta keep making the videos, and it feels good to be rid of these disgusting freaks. It feels good to have the chat off, because when I have the chat on, it's like most of the time it's like people just come in and like it's like people are toxic. Most people are toxic. There's a few people that I don't mind that showing up, but it's like 9 out of 10 times if I had a chat off, but it's just the toxic losers showing up in the chat, being annoying and harassing me and attacking me in the chat. It's not worth it. It's okay. So I gotta finish up. So I'm gonna say goodnight to my lovely wife. You're wonderful. We're married. I have a wife. Then unlike the average Christian man, the average Christian man is so pathetic. Where it's like they don't have spiritual masculinity. They're watching porn. I didn't watch porn once for 6 months. I don't even masturbate once a week when I look at porn, because I have discipline with my flesh and subjection. Whereas the average Christian man, they're cheating on the wives, not only watching porn. So they didn't get, I'm better than that. That's what don't like me. See, they watch porn at least once a week, the average Christian man, which is the sin of fornication according to the Bible. So the average Christian man watches porn at least once a week. There's not a week when I look at porn. A lot of them do it like every day on a daily basis. And even Christian men that have wives do it. Christian men that are married, they still watch porn all the time. So it's like, yeah, no wonder we don't gel well together, do the Bible show up regularly. Because the average Christian man is a filthy fornicator. If a man is not a brother, know not to eat, so I shun them, see, as I should, because they're inferior to me. I'm better than them, see. I'm a Christian man, I have masculinity. I'm not an ugly freak, weirdo, porn-watching fornicator who's ignorant like a little child. Most Christians are not up to par. I don't want anything to do with them. Meaning, it's like they're watching porn, they're blind to not having an inside job, like children. They haven't grown. It's like they're blind to, they're not like an unloving truther. See? They're watching porn. They haven't woken up to vitamins, and it's like the importance to take vitamins. They eat a high sugar diet. They're weak, lazy, soft, undisciplined. They don't know the Bible well. So it's like yeah, I got my wife, God, my wife, and there's a few people I know that are saved, that I feel like I'm not settling by having a relationship with them. So thank God for my wife, a wonderful wife, and she's a great woman. She's a great woman. She's a good woman. And when I found her, I wasn't looking just to have a good time and think about I want to find a girl to talk about sex or something like this. I'm thinking I want to find a wife to love on a serious. So what I found, I prayed to God. It's not answering prayer, by the way. In my previous video, I talked about some answered prayers that I had. In other prayers, God answered prayer, help me find a wife. Proverbs. God always knows what a good wife is. Since I'm a high value, high status man, I don't have to settle for breadcrumbs. It's like the average Western female has a high body count, is ugly, and masculine, have masculine energy in it, which is repulsive to me, because I'm not attracted to masculinity, see. And since I don't have to be like the average Swedish guy who settles for a hyper masculine woman who's like half a guy, okay, it has a high body count, like I've been hooking around and hooking up, hooking. and the low attractiveness, high body count, and high masculinity. So I have standards. I don't settle for breadcrumbs. See, which is why you don't see me go to one of these churches. I have messengers in the city, and I don't go. Well, there's people that got a cross top the building, and the people say they're Christians, and I'm lonely, and we're gonna go there in the morning and say, "Hello, guys, I'm a Christian." For this, and then they say, yeah, unless they're random fundamentals, and that doesn't mean that I had to hate them because of that. I tried. It might be easier to get along with them than like the average atheist. Now here's the point. So I was a single man for many years. I had the last relationship I was in was a long-term relationship with a woman. We were together for around 10 years. And she was my high school sweetheart, which means we went to the same high school, gymnasium. And I mustered up the balls and courage to start hitting on her. And we ended up being in a relationship, dating, getting serious, and then real serious when we lived together. We were together for many years. Eventually, that right around the same time that the gang stalking and persecution point started, our relationship ended. Okay, unfortunately. Um, and I've been single for what, like 7, 8, 9, 10 years or something. And a lot of people are not strong enough. So first of all, a lot of people, men and women, are not handsome, attractive enough, in good shape enough. They're not like attractive enough to attract a quality mate. Okay, and they're not strong enough to live alone. Say, so like they can't have standards. They have to settle for somebody's ugly and dumb with high body count. The average person. See, and the average woman has to settle for a guy's got that body in his 20s. And the average guy has to settle for the average Western female, Swedish American, with high body count, low attractiveness, and his high masculinity. See? And it's like so a lot of people that like Torso, it's like they can't, they're alone now. They had a relationship, it ended, they gotta get a relationship right away. And they don't have high standards. And then they end up broken marriages. Part of it is people being too weak to live alone until they find a wife material woman. See? So just jump into a relationship with somebody, then end up getting married, and now they're married to somebody that's not wife material, it's incompatible. See? And that's a big part of why marriage fail. Now, marriage is a serious thing. It's like once married, always married. Meaning, it's like divorce has been normalized in society. People say, I got tired of it, this kid, I'm breaking up. Also for this. That's not how it ought to be. So first of all, is what to do before that. You make sure that once you decide to get married, it's a person that you're compatible with, and not like kind of like on a whim because you were too lonely and this person opens up and we jump into it. No. So I was my ex was a Chinese woman. Okay, a lot of times I end up falling for Asian women, and I've dated all kind of black girls, Indian, Swedish, blondes, big boobs, small, like all types. Okay, it's like I've dated all kinds of women, like black, white, Asian, different types of Asian. Okay, and Swedish, like regular Swedish. But a lot of times we end up falling for is Asian women. That's like my type, understand? I like Asian women. Like a lot of times if I like they say I'm scrolling social media when I was thinking I was like, what is it, dude? Like if I'm like it makes me look twice, it's like, wow, this woman is cute. It's an Asian woman, okay. So that's my type, like Asian woman. That's my type. So and here's another thing. Asian woman, there's a problem with Western society where the average woman has been masculinized, destroyed femininity. There's a few American women left on quality. They're all like, and it's repulsive. Just because it's been normalized and you got simps around that had to settle for you. Don't think that they're like real alpha males that have high value. Don't see for what you are. So it's like in America, the average woman is like masculine, hyper masculine. But like what I'm saying is they have like male energy, and the average man lacks it. It's like my woman is like, oh hello honey. It's like, oh my God, it's like, oh you make me blush. So that's my woman, say, okay, and that's a feminine woman. It's not like hardened and fierce, okay. She's like sweet and gentle and feminine, okay. Whereas the average Swedish or American, they're like, yeah, I'm here. It's like the energy, body language, they just have manly energy. And that's not attractive to me. I'm attracted to femininity, not masculinity. See? So the average man, it's like they're half gay. It's like they're with a woman who's like manly. They have manly energy. I'm not attracted to masculinity. A lot of guys are pretty attracted to masculinity because you have a woman. They feel look and see that's a masculine woman. See, masculine energy, masculine personality. See, all acts, talks, and walks like a guy kind of. So apparently you're attracted to masculinity. A lot of Christians, you must be, because if your wife's are hyper masculine. So go to the East, young man. Alpha pill, red pill, masculinity culture now segment. If you're a young man, first of all, stop watching porn like a filthy freak. You knock it off already. First, okay, just stop doing it. Secondly, you might have to look to the East if you want to find a wife. So first, I don't recommend dating. Okay, I don't recommend dating and like have a girlfriend, hook up, and then break up and jump to another. No, be content with being single. Look, find a wife, get married. See, that's a pattern. And if you're interested in feminine women that retain a femininity have been destroyed, like okay, the average Western female with a high body count. A body count that used to be unique to a class of people in the 1800s, prostitutes. So back in the 1800s, the average womanizer in Sweden and America, they had a body count that only women that were prostitutes would have in the 1800s or 1600s, something like this. Like now you have like 40-year-old or 30-year-old women, let's say 30s in my age range. A lot of Swedish women had more than 3 sexual relationships, or 6 or 8 or something like this by the time they hit 35. Which like in the 1600s, that would only be people that had the job to be a prostitute who had a body count. And we kind of common that like the pair will be when a person get married in the like 1800s or 1500s. That's the first guy the guy got married to, or like at worst the second. I would say. So anyways, the point. My point is this: high value people can have high standards. So first, I'm strong, which means I was strong enough. A lot of people are not strong enough to live alone. I was living alone. So after my relationship ended, which was 7-8 years ago, with this woman I was with, who I was living with, and I was single. And for a while, I'm like a pit bull lover. I was like mourning her, and she's not dead, but it's like, yeah, I miss her. It's like I hope she'll come back to me one day. And it's like, yeah, I'm praying to God. I want to get back with her. Because once I get to a person, there's a lot of attachment. So it's like, I was like, yeah, I'm willing to be single. But if this woman changes her mind, wants to come back to me, I want to make it work. And after a while, it's like I let go. So that's the point. I got to the point I was content with being single. And I lived alone many years. Isolated. A lot of guys are not strong like that. Living alone, and also like a hermit, where I don't even go out socialize. I stay at home most of the time. I don't hang out with people. I live alone. So I was living alone for many years. To the point here, I prayed to God to find a wife. He helped me find a wife, great wife. I prayed to God to find a good wife. He helped me find a good wife. And after many years of being single, I was working to clean up my sexual immorality and going from watching porn on then like the average guy does in Sweden to watching porn more infrequently and getting to a point where not ever doing it. So despite being home alone, having internet, I got the point, don't watch it. And praying to God to help me find a wife. And that's a real Christian man. Self-control and discipline. Where I can truly say I hadn't watched porn once for 6 months. I don't even masturbate once a week without looking at porn. Whereas the average man, Christian man, watches porn. A lot of them do it several times a day. They have low testosterone too. So high testosterone gives a high sex drive. And I have ADHD. Commonly correlated with ADHD is lower impulse control and inhibition and things like this. So if I'm a high testosterone person with ADHD, living alone, and I don't watch porn. I don't even masturbate without looking at porn. Not even once a week. That's discipline, self-control. But the average man who's got low T, you still watching porn. And the average the Bible church, the man has to settle for an unattractive woman who's masculine, and she has to settle for a guy who cheats on her, doesn't love her for real because he watches porn on the regular. That's the average Christian man. Christian now, okay. So if lost people are not able to overcome sin, it's not that it's like, oh, this person not a Christian, is not living like one, okay. It's not really that damning, okay. Like, ooh, okay. No, but if you're Christian, I expect more Christians. So here's the point. I was single for many years, and I got to a point where I started feeling in my heart I want to find a wife. Okay. And part of it, part of the motivation increasing was I had a few like accidents when I stepped on a glass bottle. No, that was actually not. That was why I was still with weed. Now I had like a slip and fall in my old apartment where the light was out in the kitchen. And this before I had been here myself and I was still clumsy as it is. So here's the point. It was dark. The light was out in the kitchen. I was mopping the floor. And I'm walking the floor, there's no light in there. And I slip and face plant hit my head like in the ground. Okay. And it's like concrete, like this much, like a plastic linoleum or whatever it is. Okay. And that sent me for a tailspin. So, and that's something like that. And then having other things. So part of it is like, if two light walk to him, there is a low one he followed. Like part of like what got me thinking about getting a wife is like having a few things that happen. It would have been good to have a wife, okay, to help me out in case I fall down or up or something like this, okay. And it's just so it's like they did so, and that God says, "Woe to him there is no one that followed." To have good reward of labor. If two light together have heat. I think it is Ecclesiastes somewhere. So anyway, support. Part of it was like thinking, well, yeah, there's some situation where it would be easy to have dealt with this if I had a companion wife. Now it's not only that. I started feeling like just ready to get a relationship. So now I didn't just start dating, hit nightclubs and sleep around. I was content already with being alone, which a lot of people are not strong enough to. I prayed to God that He help me find a good wife. God knows she's a good wife. So I prayed to God to be the divine matchmaker. I prayed to God to help me find a good wife. And He knows what a good wife is. And I prayed because what fellowship hath He believed with infidel? Be not unequally yoked together unbelievers. Christ, what fellowship hath He that believed with infidel? Christ or Belial. So the Bible teaches basically, don't marry unbelievers. So since I'm a Christian, I'm not going to settle. See, it'd be awesome, but no. So I prayed to God for a good wife. He helped me find a good wife. And it's not like I started like in the Santa Claus factory building a wife over there. Okay, it's like this. It's like I started praying to God to help me find a wife. So I prayed to God to help me find a good wife. And obviously there's going to be general truths like her Proverbs, a Proverbs wife, meek and quiet spirit, and shamefaced and sobriety, whose adorning is not on the outward things like this. So God knows there's certain things that are rare. This makes a good woman. This is quality in a woman, her character, personality. Femininity is a quality. Okay, this being feminine, which unfortunately has become rare now to find a woman that is like feminine. Okay. And then other things. So I prayed to God to find a good wife, and I prayed that. So what am I asking for? Well, I find something like, yeah, this is my wife. Okay, this is good wife material. This will be a good wife, and it's going to be something so personal, like preference. Some guys like blondes, some guys like brunettes. Okay, and then it's going to be some generic truth, some generic where it's like, this makes a good wife. A good wife is like this. Okay. So I prayed to God to help me find a good wife, and I prayed that someone who's either a Christian, that when I meet her, come across her, she will either be a Christian already when we meet, or end up becoming one after we talk to each other, after we meet and start talking to her, share the gospel with her. God answered that prayer because I found we, and she's like, well, screamed like a good wife material. So I fall in love with her, and she's not a Christian yet, but she exhibited a great degree of openness and acceptance unto the truth. And when I start talking about the Bible and God and Jesus and the Christian Godhead and things, she's not faking it. I mean, she's not pretending to. She's not being with it like that. Whatever. She's interested. She'll be, I like when you teach the Bible. I like when you talk about Jesus. I like when you talk to me about Jesus and Bible and things like this. So she was generally curious. And I will do Bible talks sometimes. I read to her on video calls, and her eyes like light up, like a kid listening to Christmas stories or like this. Okay, so she'd be interested. So I pray to God to find a wife, good wife. Check, I found a good wife. Wow, this is a good wife. Perfect wife. Okay. Fine wife. Me wife. Wife there. Me sir. Something like this. I saw a meme of like a bird. And it's like the bird found a wife. And then he's like, he rides his wife like with a horse. And then it's like the next meme is like cartoon strip. It's like, wife dead. Me sad. Something like this. Like, fine wife. Me happy. Okay. White wife. Wife died. Okay. Sad. Something like this. Okay. So it's like, here's the point. Okay. So it's like, I have to remember that not to do like full on hard sparring with her. If we meet in real life. I have to be gentle with her. So it's like, that's a joke. It's like, what is the point? But that's something I'd like to do actually. Like I did with my mom. I live with my wife, we can do sparring together. I can hold mitts for her. And she can hold mitts for me. I had to go like that. So that's the point. So I prayed to God to find a good wife. I found a woman. Wow, this would be a good wife, a good woman. Okay. And she wasn't a Christian, but I prayed that once I found this wife, that she be either a Christian already when we meet, so I can marry her, or that she become a Christian after we meet. And I meet and she shows like a rare degree of openness and acceptance unto the truth. She exhibits a rare degree of openness and acceptance unto the truth, which means what? Contrasted, I've been saved for more than 10 years, and I've had it. We talked to Lisa about somebody, friend, family, over the years, she's gonna say, and online and stuff. So it's like you can tell that like the average person is not that open or receptive to the truth. You start talking about Jesus, it gets quicker to the point of bring out Jesus the third time. It's like, okay, I don't know why I'm done with this. You always want to talk about Jesus, I'm fed up with it or something like this. So she was, and I don't force it on people really. It's like a lot of times if I talk to somebody in real life, it's like I kind of test the waters, because the Bible says I'm a man under authority, that I should be telling people how to get saved. And if I care about somebody, and I believe that everybody's going to go to hell unless you get saved, if I don't tell somebody, do you understand? It's like I'd rather have them be annoyed and not like it, because I tell them like, hey, you got to get saved. Here's what the Bible teaches. If you don't get saved, unfortunately, you have to go to hell. Then, and had them maybe like me a little bit less after that, because it hurts their feelings. Then to be like, if they die in cancer, I should have told the guy about how to go to heaven. The guy's in hell now. I knew I met him. I could have told him how to get saved. I never did. I was a coward. It's like I felt like talk, but I didn't do it or something like this. Anyway, here's the point. So, a lot of times I test the waters a little bit, talk to somebody online in real life about Jesus and the Bible, and maybe bring up some Bible verse. And then if they look interested, like they're not like, just shut up, what is, it's like maybe like, oh, I'm interested to talk to this guy more. So test it, talk a little bit about it. If they look half interested, talk a little bit more. But if they like kind of like, you can tell that they're hating, I'm not gonna shove it on them and be like force it on them. God doesn't force truth on people. God wants people to be fully persuaded and don't mind. And God wants people to want the truth, okay? And people that want the truth can get it. So anyways, the point, I prayed to God for a wife. God blessed me with a wife, great wife, and she was open, really open to the truth. That in of itself is like finding a wife, a woman that you preach the gospel and end up believing in getting saved. That will be rare. Now, a person is also a good wife material at the same time. So we will start talking as friends, first on a chat app, and then add each other on Facebook, starting video calls. And I know that she's a good wife material, and she's open receptive to the truth, and she ends up believing the gospel, getting saved, and we're married now. So I don't care what you say, what God put together, let on my put aside. We married. Listen, it's not my fiance. We're not engaged, we're married. We had a video call. Okay. To that's this part, exchanging vows on a video call. She bought rings and sent them to me. Okay. So it's like we're married. And if you're in Egypt, no, it doesn't count unless you have a priest sign off. I need the government to sign off for the vow, the priest or the believer, peculiar people, royal priesthood. See? So I believe you can get married without somebody else. And if people go, no, it's not legit, you have to have a priest marry or something like this for it to be legit. Well, I guess a house church doesn't count. It's like if you've been like meeting with a fellowship of believers in a guy's house, a house church, unless it's registered with the government on a paper 501c3 and registered with the government, it's not a church. Everything you've been doing, you have been, it doesn't count. So a house church. You have to have it registered with the government and have them sign off 501c3 status for the Biblical church. No. So anyway, I have a wife who married, and she got saved. So she's a Christian. She got saved. And it wasn't the first time talking to her. The people that want to Christ, they require persistent effort. See, I like to tell I was such a good soul. And here's the thing, no matter how good you are, it's about people's receptiveness. That's the real issue. The issue is you share the truth, simple truth. People are open enough to believe it. Now, any person that I want to the Lord, that I know of, there might be some people got saved from the gospel tract I've been doing this over the years. I don't leave like a phone number, call me back if you got saved or something like this, or an email. So from all the videos, live streams with 3,000 views, I share the gospel in it. Things like this. Over the years, I've been doing so many. I would be surprised if a few people got saved, just never got back to them. Now, the people that I know that I got saved want to the Lord. Edward Trash Talk was a Jew. My mother wanted to the Lord. Another example. And we wanted for my wife. It wasn't the first time I preached to her. It took persistent effort of being patient and talk to them and keep bringing up Christ and talk about the Bible. And it doesn't even have to be every time just the gospel. It could be like, let's read the Genesis account. So what actually helped with was we found Thai Bible cartoons. There was I guess Thai ministry, Thai Christians who made Thai Bible cartoons. It's like for children, where it's like they show like the Genesis account. It's like cartoons. What's called like an anime, like a cartoon video, and on the Bible, and we watched it together, and that's part of her. And I asked her once, like, hey, post-salvation, like, do you know what happened after Christ? And I said, yeah, I saw it in the cartoon. So she remembers it, but saw it in the cartoon. Like she knows somewhat like Christ stole it in the basic, like at the upper room discourse. But like, do you know what happened after Christ rose from the dead? He goes to his friends waiting in some room and says, yeah, I saw it in the cartoon. So she remembered from the cartoon, or like the death and resurrection of Christ. And then he comes back, upper room discourse to his disciples. So anyway, it's important. My wife is saved, and the people I've won to the Lord, it has never been like this. It's been requires a persistent effort. Talking to them several times. It's possible for somebody to get saved. If I talk to somebody, they really like, what must I do to be saved? I really want to get saved. Maybe they'll be like, they're more open. They can get saved at the same time. So sometimes you have to sow and water. We sow the seed and you water it with prayers. And you're praying that God will work on the person's heart to help be more open to truth. You sow the seed of the word, prepare the sower. That sow without the soul. The seed is the word of God. You sow the word of God. It might grow a little bit, water. So anyway, it's important. My wife got saved, and here's the thing too. She fell in love with me, and we're talking a website, like a dating site, we found each other. And she's an attractive young female on a dating site. Okay, so she told me she asked me. See, so I wasn't desperate. She asked me if I want to be her boyfriend. After talking like friends for a while, and get on video calls, it's like after talking for like months, I think it's months at this point, as friends, it's like, I like it. It's like, would you want to be my boyfriend or something like this? It's very sweet. And I told her, I need to be right back. I go to the kitchen and pray, or the bathroom, and I pray to God, and I think about what I say. I go back, it's like, yeah, it's like, here's the thing. I'm a Christian. I'm not looking for boyfriend, girlfriend. It has to be married. I'm looking to get married, to have a relationship for the rest of my life, okay? To get married and serious. Not just boyfriend, girlfriend. Not she might mean, she might not even know the word husband, wife, but so I'm going to be with you, but we'll have to get married, okay? And for us to get married, it had to be Christian. So I'm willing to wait for you and talk to him about Christ and help them become a Christian. But it's like you have to want it yourself. So don't just tell me I'm a Christian just to be able to marry. It's like I'm waiting for you, I'll talk to you, and you become a Christian. So that I'm going to preach Christ to you, Christ crucified, and until you become a Christian. If it takes a year, I'm willing to wait, but we're not going to be able to get married before you become a Christian. So that's designed to not have it be like fake, but yeah, okay, I'm a Christian or something like this, let's get married. So, and eventually after preaching the gospel, she ends up getting to the point she believes it. And she asked me, like, do you want to be my boyfriend? Another thing I told is I'm a taught individual, so I had to brief on that first. So if you're going to live together, I'm a taught individual, there's no guarantees that the guy would stop taught me because he moved in with you. So I had to be aware that my life is dangerous and risky. Things like this. Because it is immoral if I keep that quiet and she comes in like lives with me like a psycho. Okay, I'm a part of the government. It's like every time I go outside we're gonna be told stuff like this. It's like it actually left. I briefed on the I'm a taught individual, so there's no guarantees that they're just gonna stop taught me just because you get a wife, okay? So if you live with me, you might get taught too by the government. So anyway, we're married now, and one of the things she told me is like when I asked her, it's like she said that what made you fall in love with me? And I know already what makes a man attractive. I'm not interested in her female psychology, what she's thinking. And she goes, well, you're handsome and yeah, okay. And then also you respect me, okay, she said. Because many guys, like on the dating platform, we wanted to talk about sex or something. They send messages and on their side, I want to talk about sex right away or something like this. So I stood out in that I start talking to her, and I'm not pushing for asking. I'm not talking about sex or anything. It's a wanting her to do anything. So I just talk as a friend. And she said it actually felt like I was respecting her. Whereas other guys who decided to be as behavior was like they want to talk about sex and things like this on the dating platform, and she has to block them and stuff like this. So she said that's one of the things that maybe stood out. Because now, in order that's a Christian man, so that's part of what made me attractive, spiritual masculinity. So the reason I'm like this, I'm a Christian that has self-control and discipline, and I'm not a slave to my brute beast, lewd fellows or the basis sort of passions, which I walk around through the hall all the time. I see a cute girl, I get triggered, and if I can, I'm gonna stop trying to talk about. Do you understand? But it's how a lot of guys now don't have discipline, where it's like they have sex addiction and sugar addicts, average man. And then this triggers, like open up Facebook, see a cute female streamer. Like, that's a trigger that starts feeling like, oh, they end up watching porn in a minute or an hour or something like this. The person has self-control, like in the throes of sex addiction. Do you understand? So, so I got a wife, thank God for my wife, and I wanted to the Lord. And Satan has been fighting me with this persecution. The deep state worships Satan. So I'm not talking about spirits now. But the world system, Satan is the God of this world. Now, there's a lot of things that can be taken from me. The God might allow to be taken from me. Possibly my six-pack. Maybe I get poisoned and to the point I lose my six-pack. Maybe I get shot in the leg with a dart gun. And it's like I lose my leg, get amputated, I'm in a wheelchair. There's a lot of things I can lose. Like hypothetically, okay, it's like God can help me to keep what He wants me to have. But like there's no guarantees that God, in your Christian eye, you never lose anything, like your finances or your health or something like this. But something that nobody can take from me is the souls that I want to say. That's not the way to back. I wanted you to the Lord over the trash talk, my mother, my wife, we wonderful. And that can't be taken from us. So once it always say, which means there's neither death nor life nor angels nor principalities nor height nor depth nor other creature should be separate from our bodies, Christ the Lord. So no matter what, there's some things that want that cannot be forfeited, cannot be lost. So yeah. So anyways, the point. I'm gonna finish up pretty soon. I'm gonna end this and do another flex video that really burns up the haters. Get ready to feel triggered and bad because Mike is looking great again. He's ripped with a six pack and handsome and I look like crap. And without seeing his videos, it makes me feel triggered. And you don't even get to talk back to me and then being a toxic cow on the internet. You're like screaming at me because I don't have a chat open. So I don't have to deal with your immature, infantile, juvenile, toxic, insecurities. So, yeah, I'm gonna finish up.